out here is meant as a kind of, we can use it as a reception area when there's a program going on in the lecture room. It's also a place where people will be able to view the Japanese garden. And this is the site of the Japanese garden. Right now, the rocks for the garden are covered up by that black netting. But this is IMK's original concept for the North Wing called for a Japanese garden. And when Pei-Cub Fried designed a little plaza for us, we thought that this would be a good place to have a Japanese garden. So we went to Mark Keene, who is an alum of the Cornell Landscape Architecture Department, and is now based in Ithaca, but he was a garden designer in Kyoto for 18 years before he and his wife decided to come to Ithaca and settle here. So he's been working on the design. The design is based on an old Chinese story called The Three Laughers of the Tiger Glen. And it's a story of a Buddhist monk, a Taoist priest, and a Confucian scholar. And it sounds like I'm going to tell you a joke.
They walk into a bar.
But it does end in laughter. So the story goes that this Buddhist monk had taken a vow of seclusion, and he promised that he would never leave his mountain retreat. And one day his two friends, the Confucian scholar and the Taoist priest, came to visit him, and after their visit was concluded, he started to walk them out of his property. And as they were talking and having a good time together, they crossed a bridge over the Tiger Ravine, and that was the boundary of the temple precinct that the Buddhist monk had said he would never cross over again. So they get to the other side, and then they realize what's just happened, and so they all burst out into laughter because they all kind of realize the absurdity of setting up those kinds of boundaries. And it's a story about learning to overcome your differences through mutual understanding. So I think it's a really nice theme for a garden at a university, because that's really what, in many ways, what the university is about, educating people to understand each other and overcome their differences. So that's the story of the garden, and the garden is an abstract, visual representation of this story.